Hey guys, it's that nerd Ryan here, and today, instead of talking about Pokemon like I may have promised on the Star Wars video, we're going to talk about the Transformers community. So something that I used to be really into, and now I'm starting to get back into, is that community. Now, oops, using my DS as a stand right now, probably not a good idea. There we go. Now, I'm going to lay down that I do think the movies are kind of fun to watch. You'll see over the next few months with Angie's watchings of those videos. But other than that, I do not have a Transformer shirt to wear. So I'm sorry about that. But I do have Roadbuster, who let's just have him sit there for the rest of the video. So, anyways, I think the movies are fun to watch. I don't think they're good movies, though. However, there are much more than the movies. There's the cartoon series and, of course, the figures. Now, I'll say back in 2009 to 2014, when I was into the community heavily with Shadow Skids, Mudflap, and everything, I remember talking to other YouTubers at the time, Mr. Prime's Toy Box, stuff like that, and everybody was truly really accepting. The only thing that wasn't was a person that was trying to trade figures with me. We'll talk about that when I talk about the collecting community. But everybody was really supportive, everybody was really helpful. I have yet to see anything toxic that is actually in the Transformers community. The only thing that I saw toxic were people that were outside of the community. I was bullied a lot in high school for liking this stuff and everything like that. But I was able to talk to my Transformers friends online and everything, which is nice. A lot of people that are not focused into that community or are completely outside of it are very toxic towards the community, at least back when I was into it. But yeah, it was very supportive on the inside, very toxic on the outside. I will say I am kind of getting back into it now, but not as much as I was as of 2009, 2014. So this could have completely changed since then. But like I said, it's more interesting when you talk about it through the eyes of the collecting community, since this is a toy brand first and foremost. But when talking games and stuff like that, I will say I loved almost every single game that I've played Transformers wise, minus the Wii version of Revenge of the Fallen. I think my favorite out of all of them was War for Cybertron, or the first movie video game. For the TV series, I was really into Transformers Prime, and I still do like G1 just for the cheesiness. My favorite of the movies is Bumblebee, and my favorite character on both sides. One is Starscream for the Decepticons, the other is Jazz for the Autobots. And I don't really have much else to say. Sorry, it's a short video. It's a community that I'm getting reintroduced to that I don't feel comfortable talking about now, but back then, and luckily it was a positive community back then. I do feel that a lot of communities were more positive as of the early 2010s to the late 20 or to the late thousands. But that seems to have changed over time. But from what I could tell, because I'm still in certain Transformers communities, is that it does seem very positive, and people get excited when the movies come out, even though we know that it's going to be bad. Most of the time, people are excited about the toys coming out, people are excited about games, TV shows, all of that stuff. I have not. The only thing that I have not touched for Transformers is the card game. I already have enough cards. I'm not gonna go in to that. But yeah, so obviously, I'm going to say this in the video at the end of the month. This is a toy franchise first and foremost. The toys come first when it comes to the TV show, to the movies, to everything. Um, and that's why the Transformers community is going to be discussed a little bit more when I talk about the collectors community, which I'm probably going to do next month. I'll talk about the collectors community because I do have a fun story when it comes to that. But yeah, I'll give a story now when it comes to talking about the Transformers community. So if you guys didn't know, I obviously have been talking about it a lot. I used to have a old YouTube channel called Shouts Kids Mudflap. That was highly Transformers focused, stop motion focused, and everything. I don't have time to make stop motions anymore, and even when I did back then, they were hastily put together and everything. Still, though, everybody in the community was willing to help, willing to throw in voices, everything like that. And it was great to be able to just be tight knit like that, and just like back in the day on YouTube, unless you were Shane Dawson or a big person that was making innovative stuff, you're able to communicate with your community. The only person, I'm not talking bad about this person, I think he was the biggest toy reviewer and stuff at the time, was Sean Long. Was very hard to get in contact with. The Even my favorite YouTuber, which is PL, I think it was pronounced. He would even respond to me if I were to talk to him. So everybody that was part of this Transformers community was willing to throw their hats in if they had the chance to just do voices. Kind of wish I didn't delete that old account, or at least save all the films, or I mean all the stop motions, just so that way you guys can hear some of these classic YouTubers talking as certain characters. Of course, I would always have to voice Optimus Prime or Megatron sometimes, just because I felt that it was a major enough role that I couldn't give to anybody else. I remember I gave one person Megatron's voice, and it was somebody that like I was internet friends with for a long time. I was like, I trust you to do this. But other than that, it was fun to throw, like, I think the season 2 finale I had Kudu17 voicing Mudflap, who was a pixel art YouTuber that would do Sonic videos, but he also did one stop motion as Skids on Mudflap. I was like, can you do Mudflap's voice? I'll do Skids. And can you do Payload's voice? And then I forgot a lot of these people's names that are probably not even making YouTube videos anymore, but like I had a lot of them on that. And there was even a Facebook group called Mr. Prime's Toy Box that was just all Transformers YouTubers, like talking about stuff, sharing opinions and everything like that, and it was always a positive place to be. It was never people attacking every instant that you get like you would if it was a Star Wars community or even a Pokemon community. I don't know if that would be the same today. I feel like if I were to jump into any type of community today, there'd be a lot of anger and everything towards stuff. I'm looking on Facebook right now to see if I'm still part of that community. But if you guys are still out there, if you're watching, thank you guys for always helping me and just being there to talk about Transformers. So thank you guys for watching this video. I have videos coming up all this month on Thursdays, and I'm going to try to make them Saturdays now, because I'm going to start shooting things a month ahead. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week we're going to have the Pokemon review of the Kalos region. And then we're going to go ahead after that and do a Star Wars theory video. So please like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. And have a wonderful day.